First, I think Chris just called me and told me that will you score for Gautamiputra Satakarni.
Okay.
I remember I was not even in Bombay.
Okay.
I was in Nasik in a party.
Oh, okay.
And suddenly Chris called me and I was like, yeah, why not, I'll do it.
బేసిక్గా బాలకృష్ణ గారికి ఇక్కడ ఉండే ఇమేజ్ హీఈస్ లైక్ అన్ ఎపిటోమ్, లైక్ చాలా పెద్ద స్టార్. ఎనర్జీకి మ్యాచ్ చేస్తూ మ్యూజిక్ చేయాలి అంటే ఇట్స్ డెఫినెట్లీ అ టాస్క్, యాజ్ యూ సెడ్, ఛాలెంజ్ అండ్ ఆల్.
I was asked this question long time back when I just started the film. I had done an interview. They asked you, do you feel the pressure?
And tell me, how did you happen to meet Krish?
I was just singing something and it just happened basically.
Oh, telling, oh, you got the tune, huh?
No, I said, yeah, this is nice, why don't you sing? Because I didn't want to send it in my voice.
Okay.
I told him, why don't you sing, There's one particular randomness that you like and that becomes the melody,
You'll just connect it.
Hi, this is Chirantan Bhatt and you can watch my exclusive interview on iDream. And please subscribe to the iDream channel because they always have some wonderful content on their channel. Hey gana 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 gundalalo je gantalu mrogenu rakkasi mukkala mukkala yela. Hey gana 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 kannalalo gar chitsulu regunu chikkati chikati ne ragaralenchela. Ani anagane avra nuvu aapadake aapadavavtavra kidante mana neede kadara nadra badra munduku padra vetante mana kaate kadara kayyaniki sayyandam badra.
బాలీవుడ్ సినిమాలకు సంగీతం అందిస్తూ ఆ కంచెను దాటి ఇటు తెలుగు సినీ రంగప్రవేశం చేసిన చిరంతన్ భట్ ఇప్పుడు మరో అద్భుతమైన సంగీతాన్ని అందిస్తూ గౌతమిపుత్ర శాతకర్ణితో మన ముందున్నారు. ఇప్పుడు నాతో పాటు ఉన్నారు భారతీపుత్ర చిరంతన్ భట్. హలో సార్, వెల్కమ్.
Thank you for having me here.
It's my pleasure having you. How are you, sir?
Very well.
Yes. గౌతమిపుత్ర శాతకర్ణి, అంత ఎనర్జెటిక్ టైటిల్. సో ఇప్పుడు కూడా మనం అంత ఎనర్జెటిక్గా ఇంటర్వ్యూని స్టార్ట్ చేద్దాం.
Sure.
యా, ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్, హౌ డస్ ఇట్ ఫీల్ వెన్ యూ కేమ్ టు నో దట్ యు ఆర్ స్కోరింగ్ మ్యూజిక్ ఫర్ బాలకృష్ణ గారు's 100th film?
First, I think Chris just called me and told me that will you score for Gautamiputra Satakarni.
Okay.
I remember I was not even in Bombay.
Okay.
I was in Nasik in a party.
Oh, okay.
And suddenly Krish called me and I was like, yeah, why not, I'll do it. And then he said, okay, then I'll do one thing, we'll talk about it and everything. And then when he called me, when I reached Bombay and he told me that, it's the 100th film of Balakrishna Garu and it's a huge opportunity for you. And also at the same time, very big responsibility. So I was like, I was ready for it basically. I mean, it's always fun to do something challenging and interesting. Yeah. So I said, yeah, whatever it is, throw at me.
బేసిక్గా బాలకృష్ణ గారికి ఇక్కడ ఉండే ఇమేజ్ హీఈస్ లైక్ అన్ ఎపిటోమ్, లైక్ చాలా పెద్ద స్టార్. అండ్ బేసిక్గా ఆయనకి మ్యూజిక్, ఆయన ఎనర్జీకి మ్యాచ్ చేస్తూ మ్యూజిక్ చేయాలి అంటే ఇట్స్ డెఫినెట్లీ అ టాస్క్, యాజ్ యూ సెడ్, ఛాలెంజ్ అండ్ ఆల్. అప్పుడు ఆయన చెప్పినప్పుడు వర్ యూ స్కేర్డ్ ఆర్ లైక్ అట్లీస్ట్ ఏమన్నా అలాంటిది?
You know what? I was asked this question long time back when I just started the film. I had done an interview. They asked you, do you feel the pressure?
Yeah.
Because it's the 100th film and all that. So I told them that I'm not going to take any pressure. Though there is pressure, but I'm not going to take any pressure because once you start operating from that aspect of pressure, then you can't give your best.
Yes. Yeah.
So my job was to satisfy my director. So I made it very simple that I have to satisfy Krish.
Okay.
And if I satisfy Krish, then definitely I'll satisfy the audiences.
Yeah.
Because Krish also always has his patent dialogue. If I like it, my audience will like it. So you satisfy me and my audience will get satisfied. So I was like, I kept it very simple that I need to satisfy him. So I didn't take too much pressure that it's a 100th film, I have to do this, I have to do that. I just said I have to make good songs.
Yes.
At the end of the day, music is such a thing that if it's good, it will work.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you know, you came like you have come like a cool breeze into the Telugu film industry, and you know, with such the melodies you have given till now, you know, coming from Kanche and even in Gautamiputra Satakarni, I feel, you know, you have grip, like you have more interest in the melody. And what exactly you are interested in? What kind of a genre?
Melody has definitely always been my my forte. Even in
Okay.
Bollywood, when I do songs, like, you know, I always make sure that my melodies are strong, because I've not learnt music. So whatever music that I've learned is by listening to music.
Okay.
So every time that I would hear music, I would sing along with it. So I was never much interested in the instruments which were happening behind. I was always interested in the melody, because I wanted to sing along with it.
Yes.
So that aspect became strong for me automatically. And of course, if you ask me in terms of genre, I love ballads. I love sad songs.
Okay. Maybe melancholy.
Yeah, melancholic songs, or, you know, ballads. And I like the modern, of course, the urban music. I mean, that's what comes naturally to me. But of course, in Telugu, both the times that I've got an opportunity, it's been a period film, you know.
Yes.
So it's been a different experience.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I've always been fan of old music.
Okay.
So, you know, even in Hindi, I prefer the old music compared to the present what's happening.
Okay.
Though we have to make modern music.
Yeah.
But if you see that the old songs are, even in any language, in Telugu or in old songs are old songs. They have like tremendous melodic content, and you'll never forget those songs.
Yes.
So the feeling of nostalgia, like even when I hear Itu Itu,
Yeah,
though
correct.
I've composed it, if I try and disconnect from it, and if I just listen to the song and I hear that, it takes you back into it, gives you a feeling of nostalgia, you know.
Yes, yes.
And that's something I love, basically. So I enjoy that process.
Super. And tell me, how did you happen to meet Krish?
Gabbar is back. Actually, I had done 2 songs in that,
Yeah.
and the song became a super duper hit, Teri Meri Kahani. And then I think he just disappeared. I mean, because there were multiple music directors in Gabbar, and Akshay Kumar sir had this song with him, Teri Meri Kahani.
Okay.
He loved it. So, and Krish also heard it, he loved it. So the song was there. So one fine day, suddenly Krish called me and he said that I want to come and meet you in Bombay. So I said, okay. He came. He said, see, I'm starting a Telugu film. You want to try Telugu? Have you done anything? I'm like, no. I said, I've studied down south and I've always wanted to do a South Indian film.
Okay.
But of course, I studied in Chennai. So he's like, you want to try? I'm like, why not? Let me try, you know. So he gave me the Uru Ereindi song to try. That situation.
Uru Ereindi, okay.
Yeah, so, and that was a difficult one because it's very local,
Yeah,
it's very
exactly, yeah.
village, it had to have that feel.
Yeah.
At the same time, it was a temple, you know, that celebration, and so it had to have that color, Nadaswaram and whatever those instruments, and also I said, let me try.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, I cracked it in the first option only, you know,
Awesome.
he approved it.
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, let me see, you know, now can you come up with a love song?
Okay.
So then he gave me a situation, and first shot I came up with Itu Itu melody. And he loved that also. So then he's like, Baba, you only do the film. So that's how Kanche happened, you know.
Okay.
And then of course now we've got like a rapport going, and I understand his madness. He understands my madness. So both of us.
So madness worked.
Yeah.
Okay. And like, I just want to know, what is your understanding with the South Indian music, especially with the Carnatic music?
No understanding. Whatever little I've heard is A.R. Rahman's music, and some of Ilayaraja's sir's music, whatever Apu Raja, and you know, like those old films, Anjali and all those that as a kid I've watched, but otherwise not really heard this thing. But I fairly understand, by God's grace, what is the kind of melodies that will work for the South, because they're very different from what works in Hindi.
Yeah.
So that understanding somehow I've managed to, you know, get into my music. So that's why you were saying that you didn't feel like it, it was coming from North India or something.
Exactly.
Like
Generally, your music sounds like, okay, fine, he's also from Hyderabad or something like that. Yes, he's a South Indian basically, and because the kind of music you are giving is, the sounding is just like that. And without learning music, how can you compose?
that is, it's like Krish has also not learned filmmaking, but he's making films, no? There are singers who have not learned singing, they sing.
Yeah.
So it's something that I think is a God-given, because actually composing is nothing but you just keep singing random stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's one particular randomness that you like, and that becomes the melody. So I have a situation like it'll be a sad song or something, so I'll just keep singing some sad phrases and that get into the mood and sing with the keyboard or with the guitar or something, and then moment something strikes me, then I'll probably record it and then send it across.
Okay.
So for me it has to since I've not learned, I don't have, okay, I want to compose in this rag, or if I do this I'll get this, or if I do that rag I'll get this. For me it has to come from the heart, because I have not learned, so I have to keep singing something, get into it. And when I get something, then I know if it's impressed me, then probably it will impress the director or the producer or whatever.
How do you compose generally?
Like I told you, I just take a piano or a guitar, whatever, and I'll just keep singing some random, phrases and this and that and all, till something strikes. Then I'll record that on the phone so that I don't forget that.
Okay.
Then from there I'll then sing the next phrase.
Okay. You'll just connect it.
Sometimes it'll happen in one go. Sometimes I'll just like the first part, then I may not like the second part, so I'll try and come up with the second part. So it's very random process actually. There's no even while if I tell you how I compose, like nobody will believe me actually. My assistant was sitting behind.
Okay.
And I was on one screen YouTube was on, and I was watching these street fight videos,
Street fight?
Yeah.
Okay.
And because you watch one video, then there are related videos, right? So you just keep watching, and I'm like on the other side, I was just doing I was just singing something, and it just happened basically.
Oh, your assistant was telling, oh, you got the tune, huh?
No, I said, yeah, this is nice, why don't you sing? Because I didn't want to sing it, send it in my voice.
Okay.
So I told him, why don't you sing, So I just told him some gibberish, and he also came up with some gibberish, and we just sang and we sent it to him. But he was also amazed, he's like, what are you doing? You're watching that and you're composing this. And so it's very random for me actually.
Tell me about how you composed for Gautamiputra Satakarni.
Well, Gautamiputra Satakarni was a little more concentrated approach to it. Mrignena was the first actually song that we recorded, and this thing. So for that I'd gone to the sets. They were shooting in Maheshwar near Indore, and I went there. I got the brief from Krish, so I composed a melody, and then I think the next day Sastry Garu came to Maheshwar. So I played it to him, and there he wrote something, and he came up with this phrase Mrignena. And it was sounding so beautiful in that composition. And then he was also telling me that I don't think this word has been ever used in Telugu, this thing. So then, of course, we played it to Krish, and then he loved it. And then he said, okay, let's see if we can make it better, or what we can add to it, and this and that. So then we composed an antra, which was quite actually long.
Yeah.
The first antra that was composed was very long. And I still remember the night before the shoot. Next day the antra, he's shooting there. I had already come to Bombay.
Okay.
He said, this antra is not working. It's too long. Can we chop something or something? And I was like, I don't know if I will chop or anything. I said, let me try again. So I actually removed and recomposed the Charanam in the night. Then I sent it to him, then he liked it. Then in the morning I called the singer. She had come back from the hospital. She like, how will I going to sing it? And then I sent it to her. I said, you do it. Whatever, you just sing it. And I had to call her on the phone, explain to her how to record, and she actually sang it and sent it, because the evening they were going to shoot it.
Okay.
So yeah, it was interesting that way. So that's how Mrignena happened. And then of course Ikimida I gave Krish a few options because he told me the situation. So I told him A, B, C. I sent it to him, what do you like? And unanimously everybody liked the one that is there now.
Okay.
So that happened, and then Saho Sarvabhauma was a difficult one.
Okay.
Because I was already getting messages from Balakrishna Garu's fans on, Facebook, and then, so you better compose a good theme song and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got all that, those kind of
Yeah, I
messages?
got some messages like that, sir, theme song has to be great and all that. And even, the producer told me, he's like, his previous film, Legend, had a very hit theme, title song or title track or whatever. So it's like, we have to do something very,
It should be so powerful.
Yeah, it should be powerful and it should be as good, if not better. But of course, that was very different style because it was more modern, and I had to do it in
the period style. Yeah.
And it had to have aggression, and it had to have emotion, and it had to have an uplifting quality, and it had to have, that very patriotic, like all those things.
Yes.
On top of that, it was composed in 7/4, so it became difficult to write.
Yeah.
I mean, I think apart from Sastry Garu, I don't think anybody could have written it that well in that meter.
Yes.
Because it sounds now very easy after he's written it, but if you just try to write in that meter, it's going to be very difficult.
Yes.
So that took some time, Saho Sarvabhauma. But I think when we heard it, when Vijay was singing it, we all had goosebumps, And
his voice adds more powerful.
And then we recorded a choir, and when they were singing the lines, everybody had goosebumps. Even those singers, they don't understand Telugu, but when they were singing, they are like, we are getting goosebumps, listening to this song. So it was a wonderful experience working on this film.
And you don't know Telugu, right? And you can't.
I just know Chala Bagundi.
Yes, me album, me songs, Chala Bagundi. But who was there with you while recording all these songs?
Sai Madhav sir was there.
Okay.
Because Krish was busy shooting, so Sai Madhav sir came and he was there to see the language and everything.
Okay. And did you feel, what's the difference you feel between Hindustani and Carnatic? Because you have seen all the singers. You worked with the North Indian singers, and you worked with Balu Garu here from South India. Of course, he already have sung so many songs in Bollywood, but did you feel any kind of a difference in the singer style?
No, see, there's no difference in the singer style, but what happens is now in Bollywood, the trend is that they want weird sounding singers. Singers who sound awkward, who will break the clutter. Somebody singing from the nose, ear, wherever. He has to sound different, But I've seen down south, they still want trained, nice singers, who have to be pitching correctly, whose pronunciations are very good, whose those gamakas and everything is perfect. Like they're more involved, and that's why if you see, a Sonu Nigam or Shreya Ghoshal, they sing far more here now than they sing in Bollywood. Because Bollywood, you have all these some rocks, somebody who sings like that. Okay, you sing. Somebody, they're not very. They don't care about pitching and all that. That can be corrected or whatever, but they want awkward voices. Whereas here they're still very rooted in their culture. They want that Indian classical approach, or if you can get that into a song, if you have a good trained voice, and also they take a lot of interest in the lyrics. So all these things don't happen there. Here I had Chris telling me, can we compose a song in which is that rag, Shiv Ranjani, or something like that. So I would never dream of that somebody out there would tell me that. And they say, "Arey, gana bhejo, ek romantic gana hai, item song hai." It's become like that. It's like you go with your tunes like a vegetable vendor, and they'll just pick one out. It's like that. But here, people, because there's one music director doing the entire film, there's much more scope to do a particular sound for the film. All the songs were made apt for the film. So that is, I think, which is something prevalent here, and I think it should not change. Because South is still a very strong base when it comes to music. Everybody knows their rhythms, everybody counts, when you go for concerts and all. People are much more knowledgeable, the audience is much more knowledgeable. Even though if you see comments on YouTube and all, they're more informed, they know their music. But it's not like that in
Bollywood.
Bollywood.
When you came to know that, especially you're doing this Gautamiputra Satakarni, right? And what kind of a care you have taken while composing this album? because this is really a challenging one, you know. Take RR and everything, it should be very clean and like it should be very fresh and new one. So
Well, definitely the first thing, it's a period film. So there you cannot use a lot of synths, you cannot use a lot of modern guitar and all that.
yeah.
So you're restricted to the palette in terms of instruments, and at the same time you're composing for the film. Your tunes need to have that period feel to it. At the same time, it should be relevant to the audience now.
Yeah.
Now, if I make too much classical and all, no, youth will not connect to it.
Yes.
So you have to have music that gives you the period flavor. At the same time, it connects with the audience. Youth can, I mean, if it plays on the radio, you would want to hear it, you know.
Yes.
So that was something that we had to achieve with this album. And in terms of RR, though, it's a big task, because the film is so big. In its, you know, the visuals are so huge. The content is so deep.
Yes.
You know, when you know Krish, how he is, his, you know, his emotions and how he portrays all that, and how he brings all these things together. There's action also, there's emotion also, and to score for all of that in that scale, in that grand scale, was a challenge. But like I said, that's what makes it interesting, you know, and that's what gives me a chance to do something different. Because I don't think I'll get a chance to do a movie like this, or like when I did Kanche, I felt I'll never get a chance to do something like that.
Yeah.
Because it had like World War and this and that.
Exactly.
And now it's this, you know, it's a historical figure, and you have these very Indian but very mythological big wars and everything. So it was difficult, but at the same time interesting.
Yeah. And tell me about your relationship with Sastry garu.
He's, you know, they say age is just a number.
Yeah.
That goes for Sastry garu. I think he's younger than me. Yeah. He's a fun person to be with, you know.
Yeah,
he's always joking. He's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah.
And he talks like a friend. And I think that's why his lyrics still connect with the youth, you know.
Exactly.
Because he's very young and is this thing. At the same time, he's a literary figure.
Yeah.
And I want to learn Telugu just to understand his lyrics, because I'm losing out.
It's really very tough for the Telugu person also to understand his lyrics, you know. The inner meaning of it was like, it
like
will be so deep.
Some comment has written Ikimida, Chirantan Bhatt has made a mistake, then somebody corrected him. There is a word like Ikimida.
Ikimida,
you know, a lot of people don't know those words which he has used.
Exactly. People generally think that it is like, it is not da, it is da. Mida, maybe he did a mistake, you know, Ikimida. Like, but exactly that's a word there.
Yeah. So that way, but with him, he's always, he supports me a lot. He loves my melodies. He's like, I really enjoy writing your songs because they are fresh.
Yeah.
You know, and he gets an opportunity to write different because the tune is different, the meters are different, the way the notes are laid out is different.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy his company, and we're like friends actually.
And how did you manage to understand his poetry, like while composing? You know, you first gave the tunes and then he has written the lyrics. He's written
to my tunes, so that way it was easy for me. But still, then while recording, he explains to me the meaning of the songs, because while singing I have to get that emotion out right from the singer. So I need to understand the meaning. But that's what I'm saying, that I need to learn the language. I want to learn the language.
So are you learning?
I have to find a tutor for myself. Now I have to find.
I'll make you learn nice Telugu.
Please. On Skype probably I'll log in.
Skype, okay, done. Yeah. And Krish, you know, he did films with Keeravani sir, you know, the previous films with Keeravani sir and then Mani garu. Have you listened to previous albums of Krish?
I have not really listened to them, but I did go through them before Kanche, when I was doing Kanche, just to know what Krish likes.
Okay.
But so I had heard Krishna Mande Jagadguru, I heard Vedam, I heard Gamyam. But of course, none of those were of the genre that I had to do in Kanche. You know, and at least that's what I felt.
Correct.
And
True. That.
so
Every film is like a different one, and Kancho is something
different.
It's a completely a different film.
Correct. So then, so I just did my own thing, and somebody pointed out that I'm the only person he's repeated, as a music director.
Yes, this is the second film.
Yeah,
and
actually third after Gabbar if you count Gabbar, but otherwise the second film.
Yeah, in Telugu, second one.
Yeah.
And which element in the film inspired you the most, and which created a lot of interest in you to make this album sound so rich?
I think the visuals, the way he has shot it, no? See, one thing is making it look grand, and one is making it look grand aesthetically. You know, where you're placing the camera, what kind of lights are there, how the scene is composed, what is written, how the scene is written. You know, why is it there in the film? So all those things, when I saw those little few scenes, and then he explained to me the situation before the song, like how the song comes about in the film.
Okay.
Like this is happening, and then the song will come. So that itself, how beautifully it's coming in the film, is what inspires you, know, that now you know the story, so you need to go with that, and you need to follow that this thing. So that is what, and of course 100th film being there, so that was the big inspiration that I have to really do a great job.
Yeah. And you know, before, like when you said that Krish called me one day and asked whether you will compose music for this film and all, when did you, after saying yes, did you meet him, like, and when did he narrated the story? Because this is a periodic film, kind of film.
Frankly, he didn't narrate me the entire story. He had just given me a gist of the story. That there's this king, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens. But then he's straight away started explaining me the situations of the songs.
Okay.
You know, and I also didn't ask much, because I was understanding when you understand the scene of what's happening before it, you pretty much understand what the song has to be like.
Yeah.
And you know that it's a historical film and it needs to be of a certain color. So that way I got to know more about the story when I was doing the re-recording actually.
Okay. So you were watching all the reels while composing the RR.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because you have to watch and then compose, right? So what's your favorite scene? Can you just reveal some scene? Or at least tell this and this happens or something.
No, I don't know whether I should
or you will
scenes, but there are certain scenes between the king and the queen, and also being husband and wife.
Okay.
You know, there's a big difference.
Okay.
Like Ram and Sita, they are husband and wife, but Ram as a king has to be different to
when
he's a husband.
Correct. Yeah.
So the way those have been very complex emotions happening, you know. So they are beautiful. Then of course, I don't know how I can tell you, because then I'll be revealing things. So I rather
see, I want to know that, and I'm just trying to ask you that, and you are controlling yourself.
I don't think you need to wait too long.
Yeah, true that. But I want to know.
There are lots of them. There are lots of them which are really.
Yeah. And coming to, composing and all, composing songs is completely a different task, and coming to RR, it's literally a task you have to accept it, whether people accept it or not, but it is definitely because you have to carry all the emotions, and then, while looking at the visuals, it should be apt and be equal with the visuals. So, do you think it was challenging?
I told you it was very challenging, because every scene in this film is important. It's not like, some movies you have one important scene, then there are some filler scenes, and then again something will happen. Here, every scene, something is happening, and some plot is changing, or plot is thickening, or plot is, some conflict is happening. So every scene there is something. So this film's RR is equivalent to 2 films RRs or 3 films RR. The amount of RR that is, the effort that's required in this film is equivalent to doing 3 films or something like that. So that was again challenging and interesting.
So after listening to all your songs, I think Sastry Garu was there with, I think I have seen some photos or something. I thought he was there while recording. Was he there?
He was there when we were doing Sarvo
Okay.
Sarvabhauma.
So, what was his reaction after listening to the song? The outcome of
He
the
was
song?
ecstatic.
Okay.
He was like,
Did you remember any his words at that time?
He's like, Chirantan, you've done a wonderful job. And he's like, you see what's going to happen for you, and and people are going to love it. And I mean,
Any Telugu word? Except Chala Baundi.
He talks to me in English only. He doesn't talk to me in Telugu. So I don't know. But of course, Chala Baundi was amongst themselves. That was happening. But I think he knew that I was still little, tensed and skeptical of how it's going to be received, the songs, because they're not your usual mass songs, no?
Yes.
They're different.
Yeah.
And they were situational.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything about that. So, but he was very confident. He's like, you just see. And I think after I saw this, read the comments and everything, he was proved right.
And coming to singers, tell me, you have worked with even in Kanche and even in Gautamiputra Satakarni. The singers you choose are so brilliant because Shreya, and then you actually coming to Shreya, generally they choose, or they will go easily to Shreya for the high pitched songs, but you made her sing in the lower octave, and then tell about working experience with Shreya.
Shreya worked before in my Bollywood projects also, so she is like damn good fun to work with. Basically, she is no nonsense. She's friendly. She comes. She is so good that once you explain to her the tune, the first take that she gives on the mic, when you're just checking the levels and stuff, that is like already there.
Okay.
It's like, you don't have to explain to her anything. She exactly understands the nuances and everything, and she delivers straight off. And of course, Krish is a big fan of her singing. And I'm also a big fan of her singing. So she becomes a unanimous choice for us. So it's always fun working with her because she's very easy to work with. She sung so much in South that even language-wise she picks up fast. And because one is delivering the tune in a language with expression.
Exactly.
At the same time, what the word is meaning.
Yeah.
Like when she says Teli Pedana Priya Kamana, like the way she says it, you feel that this thing, that she brings that X
beauty,
factor.
yeah.
So she's a joy to work with.
And coming to another singer, Vijay Prakash.
Vijay Prakash is a very interesting story. That when I started, I decided to make my career in Bollywood as a music composer. And I wanted to record my first scratch.
Okay.
Like a demo.
Yeah.
I had a song called Pari. And I was a nobody. And I had a friend who was doing lots of ads, and Vijay used to sing lots of ads. And he says, Vijay is a brilliant singer, maybe you should. I said, but why will he sing for me? I'm nobody, And he was already a big singer. So my friend said, I'll ask him, And,
Try.
So he called me to his house. I'm talking about 2004-05.
Okay,
Something like that. So I went with my guitar and I sang him all my compositions. He's like, Chirantan, forget this song. Any song in your life you want me to sing now, I'll come and sing. He's like, I love your music. So he actually has sung my first demo in Bollywood. This song has still not come out because I've not pitched it to anybody yet.
Okay.
But so he keeps telling me that before I grow old, please put that song out. So if I have to re-sing it, I can sound the same. So that was happened, and then I think I got an opportunity with Kanche. That was the time when he said, "Chalo, at least we started, we started the process." So he's a phenomenal singer.
Yes.
Very, very talented. Got a great voice. Great person. Absolutely fun to work with. Speaks Telugu. So a lot of things working in his favor, and since he's in the same city, it becomes easy to go and record with him also. So he's again very, very good singer and very joy to work with.
And after so many years, I think, with a little gap, you made Udit Narayan garu sing in Telugu again. So whose choice was that?
That was my recommendation. Actually, Udit Narayan's son, Aditya Narayan and me are like best buddies. We're like very close friends.
Okay.
So I remember I was just sitting poolside. I was just thinking like, which singer and all that for this. And suddenly I just thought of Udit Narayan. So I just called Krish. I said, what if we... Because he asked me, who are you thinking of? So I said, well, who are you thinking of? If you can suggest me somebody from here because I am not very well versed with. So he's like, no, you tell me who you are thinking of. So I said, how will Udit Narayan be? He's like perfect. He's like, he's sung already for Balakrishna Garu and he's given some hit songs and all that.
Exactly.
Ask him if he's willing to sing. So then that's how I requested him, and since I knew him, he was ready to sing it basically.
And in this film, you made Telugu singers also sing. How was that happen?
For Gana Gana, I used I wanted multiple voices, because it was like a celebration among soldiers, and somebody's throwing one line, somebody's throwing another line. So I didn't know anybody. It was Krish only who one Balu sir recommended. One singer called Vamsi. So we got him, and then there's another singer Simha, who now I'm probably sent me some links, so I'm listening to his songs. But that was suggested by Krish only. So then we got him to do certain parts. Then there's a singer from Bombay called Anand Bhaskar. So he sung some parts. So it's all a mix of all singers in that song.
I remember you putting a post on FB saying that it was wonderful, it's because of Krish I happened to work with Balu Garu.
Yeah.
So what was his reaction? I think even he posted he posted something on his page saying that I happened to sing for Gautamiputra Satakarni and...
Balu sir?
Yes.
Oh, I don't follow him. I should follow him and see that post. I've not seen that post.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, Krish sent him the song. We were looking for a singer. And Krish is like, let me send it to Balu sir and see whether he'll sing it or not. And Krish sent it, and I think Balu sir loved it. And he told Krish that please tell the composer, I love the song, I will sing it. And then he recollected also that he was hosting a show and somebody sang Itu Itu in that show. And he realized that this is not a usual composer, somebody else has composed it. And he had heard my name then.
Okay.
And then when he heard this, then he connected both. And he's like, tell him that I love this song, I love that also, and I'll sing this. So it was like a dream come true for me, because ever since I was a child, I've heard him sing, in Salman Khan's films and even with Kamala Hassan sir's films. And so I was nervous actually when he came into the studio.
You came to Hyderabad to record the song? Yeah, okay.
So I was quite nervous, but he made me feel extremely comfortable. And seeing his humility, like being such a huge, iconic personality in music. But he was so cooperative. He was like, you are the music director, I'm the singer. Forget, because I was a little nervous. He's like, I'm the singer, you're the music director. So you tell me how you want me to sing it, I'll sing it to that. And then he had already prepared the song, he had written it out, he had already worked out what he was going to do, expressions, everything, like, discipline, which I see lacking, like, in a lot of new singers. But he still has that, And I mean, when he goes on the mic, his voice is still like nectar only. It's like, don't feel that he's aged, And he'll give you variations, and then he'll say, if you're not happy, I'll do another one. So it was like, he was also excited to sing the song. So, I mean, I have to thank Krish that I got this opportunity.
And, which particular genre and music you like the most?
I told you, like I like modern music, but I like more of ballads and melancholic stuff. I enjoy doing the
personally you
like
also. But you also will do if the movie demands some particular kind of a trendy music.
Of course.
Do you listen to all the upcoming, the coming albums in Hindi or?
Actually, no, I don't listen to that much of Hindi nor,
any language.
I'm mostly listening to English and world music. Since childhood. Like even my iPod, if you see, you'll hardly find any other music, you know, it's all Western and this thing. But yes, because you're on Facebook, because you're on social media, somebody will post a link or a jukebox, so I'll go and check it out once. Okay, this new film, what are the songs? Cut, I'll watch it. And ever since I've done Kanche, I get a lot of Telugu links also, jukebox links on my YouTube page, you know. So I'll go and hear like what is happening, like just, but I'll not sit and like religiously hear.
Okay. So are you going to shift to Hyderabad to avail?
I have to get a lot more work here, then I'll shift. Why not?
No, at least to get interaction with the Telugu movie directors.
I need to start doing that. I told Krish that please, I don't know anybody here. Why don't you recommend, some directors to me or producers who I can go and meet? I met a few this time. I'd met Sai Kurapatti sir sometime back during Tufan.
Okay.
When I'd come here.
You did, yeah.
Yeah, so that time I had met him. But then again I lost touch once I went back, and then I was in my world till Kanche happened. And now again I met him during this thing. So I'll meet him, I'll meet other people, I'll see what happens. If I can get to do more work, I'll love it.
So you're going to be, moving, you don't have any problem in moving to Hyderabad if you get so many movies here?
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep shuttling. I'll have to do work there also.
You don't want to...
No. I will, see, I like to give my 100%. So if I'm doing a film, then and it requires me to be here, I'll be here. But the thing is that my team that I work with is there. So I can move here, but they can't move here. And if I move here and they are there, it's going to be a big task, coordinating.
Yeah.
Because the sound that comes is different because I'm working with people there. If I work with people here, it'll sound like here.
The regular Telugu.
It might, I don't know. So it is the entire package that works, It's the team, music is a team effort.
Exactly.
So I always say that I have an excellent team, and that's why I've been able to do what I've been able to do.
So tell me about your team.
So I have, there's this gentleman called Pritesh who does most of my programming.
Okay.
Then there's Tanuj. Then there's Reek Chakrabarti who assisted me on this project. He also assisted me on Kanche, on a few songs. He assisted me on this project. So my core team is basically these. And then as and when now with films coming and what if I need somebody of a different sound, then probably I'll get somebody like that. But essentially, this is my team.
So finally, you're going to sing a couple of lines for me from Gautamiputra Satakarni.
హే గన 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 గుండెలలో జే గంటలు మ్రోగెను రక్కసి ముక్కలు ఏలా ఏ కన గన 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 కన్నలలో చిచ్చులు రేగును చిక్కటి చీకటినే రగరగలెంచేలా వరు దాటిన నీ కత్తి వరు పారి విత్తి I don't remember all the words. జంచిర ఎలుగెత్తి I forgot the words. ఎవ్వడురా ఎదటికి రారా అని అనగానే ఎవరవురా నువ్వు ఆపదకే ఆపదవవుతావురా కీడంటే మన నీదే కదరా నదురా బదురా ముందుకు పదరా వేటంటే మన కాతే కదరా కయ్యానికి సయ్యందాం పదరా.
My God, your Telugu was very neat actually.
The amount of singers I made them sing this song, but now I'm like, got all the pronunciations by heart myself.
Yeah.
Most of it actually.
And you're very perfect. Yeah. And it was nice chatting with you here.
Thank you for having
iDream,
me here. Yeah.
It was really nice talking to you, Chirantan Garu, on iDream, on this interview. And all the best to Gautamiputra Satakarni. Already it's a huge hit. The music was a super duper hit. And all the best for the film too. And thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for having me here in iDream. And I would like to wish all the viewers of iDream a very happy New Year. And happy Sankranti also.
To you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Chirantan Bhatt, and you can watch my exclusive interview on iDreams. And please subscribe to the iDream channel because they always have some wonderful content on their channel.